Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo. Today in this video, it is time for another beta build for the Bedrock version. This has released for Android, Windows 10 and Xbox. And this is the beta version 1.2.20.2. Now I apologize because this released on the weekend, but I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm currently sick and I couldn't make any videos then. Don't worry though, because this beta hasn't introduced too many changes, but I still wanted to keep you all updated. We are expecting another beta build this week, but just to keep you all updated again, guys, we're ending the beta stages and snapshot stages for the aquatic update. They're going to focus on balancing, bug fixing, and just make sure the game is polished. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll leave the official changelog down below in description. I want to go through all the changes anyway, because the changes for this version is they've updated the Dolphin model. Dolphins now have sounds. They've added pocket UI screens for compound creator, element constructor, material reducer, and lab table, which is for the education version. Updated textures for the Nautilus shell and the heart of the sea. Now, I do want to go through the bug fixes in this version because some of them are a little bit unusual. The first one we have is fix the crash that occurred when crafting a world when the Education Edition toggle was enabled. Fixed a crash that occurred when deleting a world or resource pack through the storage screen. Attempting to import education world files no longer resets the world. Reduce the delay when placing or destroying blocks. This next one's a bit strange. Curse of Binding and Vanishing Books can no longer be acquired by trading with librarian villagers. I don't know why they would remove that. That was pretty cool. All chemistry items now appear in creative inventory if Education Edition cheat is enabled. Reduce the amount of magma blocks that generate in the underwater ravines. Bucket of fish items now appear in the creative inventory. Dolphins can successfully get back to water now. Fix several of the top crashes that occurred during gameplay. And the rest of them are kind of like just basic fixes. Again, the changelog is down below. Also, some of you guys will probably be familiar with this bug. Every time you log into the beta, and I'm pretty sure it's the most recent version of this, of the Bedrock version, your skin is always Steve. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every time I load up this game, my skin is Steve. It's so annoying. Anyway, guys, let's get into the gameplay features. I have the education version enabled as well, which of course, you can use the education and the aquatic features, which I think is a pretty cool feature. So I want to start off by going over the dolphins. I love these guys. The dolphins are so much fun. So according to the developers, they have changed the overall model of this this mob. Now, I'm going to spawn in a couple of these, just because I want to see if we can get ourselves a baby one as well. I love the sounds. I love the fact that these now have sounds. I really don't notice too much change in the model. I don't know if you guys do. I'd probably have to go back to the older beta version. But yeah, they've apparently changed the model. That is definitely a baby one. I want to try something else as well. So if we grab myself a raw, I think it's raw cod. If we grab ourselves raw cod, raw fish. On the Java version, you can use raw fish to basically speed up the growth of the babies. It doesn't work on this. Oh, it does work. Yo, there you go. We just made him big. I think this one's also going to be the same as well. Let's just grab this one. Oh, when you swim, they follow you. They do this a lot better on this version compared to the other version, though. It won't let me breed them. There is no breeding of them at this moment. Like, you can't use two fish to breed two dolphins, but you can use the fish to kind of speed up their growth. The weird thing is, though, if you kill a dolphin drops fish. So you feed a fish and it drops fish. Basically, the developer said they didn't want dolphins to just drop nothing. They'd rather them drop something. Anyway, so yeah, that's the first change, guys. That is to do with the dolphins. They now have sounds, which is awesome, and they've also changed the model as well. So the next thing is to do with the Nautilus shell. Now, just about a week ago, we really didn't know what these two items were going to be used for. We had a different kind of texture for the heart of the sea and also a different one for this. These have now changed. Now, both of these combined are used to create the Conduit, and I'll show you the exact crafting recipe for this. They added this to the PC Java version, which made people understand how it works. So, for example, guys, how this works is you need to get one of the heart of the sea. Now, on the Java version, the way you get this is from treasure chests. You need to get treasure maps and stuff like that. And the way you get these, obviously you can't craft that at this moment because they didn't make it enabled, but the way you get the Nautilus shell is by fishing. You need to fish 8 of these. Now, believe me, it takes a little bit of time because I've tried it. It takes a little bit of time to get 8 of these shells. So, of course, you're going to need the lucky enchantments. You're going to need the positive enchantments, look at the sealer, etc. So, yeah, that's something that they have added. I really, to be honest, guys, I like the Nautilus shell. I think the Nautilus shell looks absolutely fantastic. The Heart of the Sea kind of looks like laundry detergent, something that you'd throw in there. It looks really weird. It kind of looks like an obscure Pokemon ball, but that's something that they have introduced. I don't know, that just sprung to mind when I first seen it. And then other changes is to do with the education version. The compound creator, the element constructor, the material reducer, and the lab table. Now, I'm just going to place all these down now. I know some of you guys have been... Oops. Is that 4 of them? Yeah. I know some of you guys have been commenting saying, Echo, why do the textures look garbage on Android and all devices? I do not know why they've done that. The textures look absolutely terrible. It could be a bug. I don't really know if that's a bug at all. But if we open these, as you guys can see, this is like the normal crafting when you open a crafting menu. Of course, not everybody uses this. A lot of people also like to use the Pocket Edition version. So if we go in here and change this to Pocket, according to the changelog, they all have their own individual things for putting things inside of here. Like, I don't have any of the elements right now, so I do /clear real quick. Oh, it's so weird. I don't use this, so it's really weird for me to be accessing this. Where are all the elements? There they are. They're all inside of here. So apparently they've added all of these. Previously, they weren't available. So if you guys are looking to mess around with these now, you can. You don't have, like, the actual items. You have to craft them yourself. It kind of makes you have to do some education things, but I don't know if this is going to do anything at all. No, it's not really going to do much. Again, I'm doing this on Windows 10, so for me, it doesn't really... You can't really tell. It's better if you're doing it on a different device. It's the same for this, but I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creates carbon. And I know 3 is it lithium? Yeah. So you guys can mess around with that. It's a lot easier for the Pocket Edition players, and then this one as well. And then you've got this one as well. So they did introduce that. For me personally, I don't like using that. I always have for a very long time used the PC crafting. And then as for the other changes, well, most of them are bug fixes, guys. Most of them are bug fix changes. So that seems to be pretty much it for the beta 1.2.20.2. Guys, go and explore. But definitely expect another video from me this week all about a brand new beta. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.